It was a sunny afternoon in the jungle, and all the animals had gathered near the big banyan tree for some fun. Elroy the elephant was lazily munching on sugarcane, while Max the monkey was hanging upside down from a branch, chewing on a banana.
Hey Elroy, how about we spice things up today? Let's have a roast battle.
A roast battle? You mean where I get to roast you like a banana in the sun?
Please, I'll roast you so bad, you'll think you're a toasted marshmallow.
All right, little buddy. But don't cry when I'm done roasting you like a peanut in a fire. Max grabbed a vine and swung onto a rock, striking a dramatic pose.
Ladies and gentlemen, and slow-moving elephants, let's begin. Elroy is so slow, by the time he finishes blinking, a whole season has passed.
The animals giggled. Elroy smirked, unimpressed.
Oh, and don't get me started on his memory. Elroy remembers everything except where he left his dignity.
The jungle echoed with laughter. Even Cherry the parrot squawked. Ooh, roasted. Elroy took a step forward, his trunk waving with confidence. Nice try, Max. But let's talk about you for a second. Max is so hyper, even Caffeine looks at him and says, "Calm down, bro." And you know what's funny? Max thinks he's the king of the jungle, but the only thing he rules is the pile of banana peels he leaves behind.
Oh snap!
Okay, wiping imaginary tears. Elroy, when he sits down, the jungle feels a minor earthquake. And don't even get me started on his size. Last time he tried to play hide and seek, the whole jungle found him in 2 seconds.
The crowd burst into laughter. All right, Max. You win.
Wait, really?
Yup, nodding. Because if we keep going, you'll run out of jokes faster than you run out of bananas.
Boom! Roasted!
All right, Elroy, you got me. But hey, I might run out of jokes, but at least I don't run out of breath walking to the water hole.
Touché, little buddy, touché. The jungle echoed with laughter as the two best friends high-fived. Well, trunk-fived and hand-fived. And that's how Max and Elroy turned a regular afternoon into the most hilarious roast the jungle had ever seen.
Whee! Bullseye!
Oof, Max. I'm not a trampoline. Elroy huffed and playfully sent a spray of water toward Max, drenching his furry face.
Hey!
Max wiped his face, but something in the water caught his attention. His mischievous smile faded as he squinted at the river. A strange ripple moved across the surface, and 2 glowing yellow eyes peered out from the water.
Elroy? What's that in the water?
Uh-oh. That's not just the wind. Before they could react, a long, scaly figure emerged from the water crocky the crocodile. His sharp grin stretched wide, and his green scales shimmered in the sunlight.
Well. If it isn't the jungle's dynamic duo.
Crocky!
Relax, fellas. I'm just observing, watching the jungle and maybe looking for a little snack.
Snack? You wouldn't dare.
Me? Of course not.
Max, always quick on his feet, crossed his arms and gave Crocky a look. His mind was already hatching a plan.
All right, Crocky. Let's make a deal.
A deal?
Yeah, we'll have a race. You swim through the river, and I'll swing through the jungle. First one to the big banyan tree wins.
And what do I get if I win?
If you win, you get first dibs, juiciest mangoes in the jungle.
And if you lose?
You leave Yusin the mangoes alone for good.
Deal. Prepare to lose, little monkey.
The race was on. Crocky dove into the river, slicing through the water like an arrow. His powerful tail propelled him forward effortlessly, Max swung from vine to vine, zipping through the trees with ease. He was fast, but Crocky was faster. Elroy stood near the finish line, cheering Max on. Go, Max, you've got this. Crocky was nearing the riverbank, just moments away from slithering out and claiming victory. But Max had one last trick up his sleeve.
Time for a little mud surprise.
Just as Crocky reached the river's edge, Max swung down and splashed right into a patch of mud. A thick spray of mud flew everywhere right into Crocky's eyes.
Arg! I can't see.
While Crocky struggled to clean the mud from his eyes, Max dashed ahead and touched the banyan tree with a victorious whoop.
I win!
Crocky groaned, finally wiping the mud from his face, only to see Max grinning beside Elroy at the finish line. Elroy carried a basket full of ripe, juicy mangoes with his trunk. Looks like you'll be watching from the sidelines, Crocky.
Better luck next time, Crocky.
You win this round, monkey. But next time...
Next time, bring your A game. Another win for us, buddy.
And another day where we didn't end up as lunch. Their laughter echoed through the jungle, ending another wild adventure with sweet victory and even sweeter mangoes.